Welcome back. So last time we talked all about verbal communication, the power of our words. But today we're going to pull back the curtain on what's really being said, the secrets we tell when we're not saying anything at all. Let's get into the unspoken language.
You gotta love this, right? It's just so true. We can choose our words so carefully, but that quick glance, or the way you're holding your shoulders, that's where the real story is. Our expressions, they're the most honest thing about us.
Okay, so let's jump right in. First up, we're talking about what your body is saying. We are going to unpack this amazing world of nonverbal communication. So what is this stuff exactly? Well, nonverbal communication is pretty much everything we say without ever opening our mouths. Think of it like you're constantly broadcasting your inner thoughts. Your face, your eyes, your hands, they're always telling secrets. And it kind of breaks down into a few key parts. You've got body language, your posture, how you stand. It can scream confidence or nerves before you say a single word. Then, of course, facial expressions, maybe the most universal way we show how we're feeling. There's also eye contact, which is such a powerful way to build trust. And yep, gestures, the way our hands help tell the story. And this slide just nails the whole point. We have all been there. You ask someone, "Hey, what's wrong?" And they say, "I'm fine." But their whole body is basically shouting the complete opposite. That angry face, the crossed arms, that super tense posture, what they show you is almost always more honest than what they say.
Okay, so that's what our bodies are putting out there. But that's only half the story, right? What about what we're taking in? This brings us to our next huge topic. Are you really listening? Oh yeah, this is about to get real. And here's the absolute key difference you gotta get. Hearing, that's just biological. Your ears work, sound waves hit them, that's it. But listening? Listening is a skill. It takes focus, it takes practice, and as we're about to see, it is not always easy. Let's paint a picture here. I bet this scene sounds a little familiar to some of you. You can just hear the tone in that question, can't you? Are you even listening?
And the response, the classic response from a husband who is completely glued to a cricket match, is just a series of panicked, random guesses. Kitchen? Dog? Mom? He definitely heard a sound, but he has zero clue what was actually said. In the inevitable, predictable result of this spectacular communication fail? Yep, couch mode, activated. It's funny, but it's also the perfect example of what happens when we mistake simple hearing for actual listening. That little story actually brings us to a really useful way of thinking about this. Turns out, there are different ways to listen. We can pretty much break it down into 3 types that we all do: active, passive, and selective.
First up, we've got the gold standard, active listening. This is like having Wi-Fi with full bars. You've got a strong, clear, powerful connection. It's kind of rare, and it's what every single one of us wants in a conversation. You're not just hearing, you're engaging, you're understanding. Then there's passive listening. This is when the words technically went in your ears, but your brain just hit delete. Like when a parent is talking to a teenager who's deep into their phone. The sound was there, but the info is just gone. And finally, we have selective listening. This is where your ears have these filters that are stricter than airport security. You only let certain keywords through, like maybe your name or free pizza, and everything else just gets totally blocked.
So, knowing the types is great and all, but how do we actually get better at this? Let's move on and get practical. We're going to build a toolkit with 5 solid tips to level up your skills.
Okay, here we go. 5 simple, totally doable tips. Number 1, maintain eye contact. It shows you're paying attention. Just, don't stare them down like you're trying to hypnotize them. 2, don't interrupt. I know it's hard, but just resist that urge to jump in. Let them finish. 3, nod. It's a simple little cue that says, "I'm with you," but yeah, not like a bobblehead on a dashboard. 4, and this is a big one, put the phone down. Seriously. And number 5, repeat key points. A simple, "Okay, so what I'm hearing is," works wonders. So why are we spending all this time on listening? Why does this one skill matter so much? Honestly, the answer is pretty simple. Communication isn't just something we do. It's everywhere. And the impact is just massive no matter where you look. In your personal life, it's how you build real trust. If you're a leader, it's how you inspire your team. At work, it's the absolute glue that holds teamwork together. And in a field like healthcare, listening doesn't just help, it can literally save a life.
And of course, we have to talk about the digital H. In a text message, what's the first thing to go? Tone, sarcasm. All those little nonverbal hints just vanish. And that is when misunderstandings love to show up to the party. All right, we have covered a ton of ground, from body language to the different ways we listen. So let's bring it all home with one final thought, one big idea I really want you to take with you. And this, right here, this is it. So often, when someone else is talking, we're not really listening. We're just waiting for our turn to talk. We listen so we can reply. But the real goal, where the magic happens, is when we shift our focus and start to listen simply to understand. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me and for, well, listening. I really hope this helps you not just speak more clearly, but listen more deeply. And yes, I'm pretty sure that right now, you are already a better listener.